What's going on, fam? Sorry for the delay. Uh, I've been trying to get the best signal so I can do a better job of demolition Thursday. So, first of all, thanks for checking us out. So, I got a lot of reaction from last week's video. The thing that's really interesting was I had some people who were talking a little about why I just gave tips for women, but didn't give tips for men. So I'm going to make sure that I give dating tips for men. Hey, LaChanda. Hey, Trinette. Chris, what's going on, brother? Hey, Alexis. Hey, Bejan. What is it? Bahan Love. My bad, homie. Alexis, what's going on? Tonio, what's going on? Hey, Trina. All right, so here we go. Relationship tips or dating tips for the brothers. Brother, I need you to understand something. One of the big things that women complain about when it comes to us and dating is what we start out doing, but we don't sustain. Hey, Carolyn. Hey, LG. Listen, don't start off dating a woman, taking her to expensive restaurants, if you cannot continue to take her to expensive restaurants for the duration of the relationship. Here's what I mean. Fellas, in the beginning, don't do anything extravagant. Don't do anything expensive. Do something simple, well planned, well thought out, that caters specifically to her. The only way you can learn those things about her is to talk to her and get to know her. So once you figure out exactly what it is that she likes, then you can take her on a date that is specifically catered to her. The thing about expensive restaurants to start, a whole lot of flowers to start, all that stuff, if you cannot do that for the duration of the relationship, don't expect the woman to go back. Don't expect her to say, you know what, I'm okay with you not sending me flowers every week, or I'm okay with you not taking to expensive restaurants. That's not how it works. Here is my recommendation. You do as little as possible in the beginning, and as you go along in the relationship and the relationship gets deeper, then you do more. You save the best things for the relationship, not the courtship. Hey, Aunt Lou. Okay, next thing, another tip for the guys. Fellas, don't get physical. I mean, don't do anything physical real fast. Now, I understand. I'm right here with you. Sometimes with the right person, things get a little heated. My recommendation to you is take your time. Because the more you get to know her, the more she gets to know you. Hey, Moni, the more you get to know each other, that only heightens the physical. Hey, Monica, listen, so what I want you to do, fellas, is I want you to really, really take your time. I want you to really, really be very pragmatic with the way that you approach being physical with a woman that you're dating. Hey, Lauren. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Keita. So, again, fellas, it's not really hard. Don't get physical very soon. Second thing, fellas, actually a third thing. Hey, Mary, don't go overboard with the compliments. You know, just let her know that you appreciate more about her than just her physical appearance. That's one of the ways you turn women off really, really fast. Hey, Mary. Hey, Leilana. Listen, you turn women off when you start sounding like everybody else. Oh, you're so beautiful. Oh, I just love you. No. Get to know her as you get to as you become better acquainted with her and you really, really see who she is as a person, then you discover that her beauty isn't outward. It's a beauty that's inward. So I recommend not going overboard with the physical things, physical compliments, and a whole bunch of touchy-feely things in the beginning. That's my recommendation as far as dating. Last thing, fellas, I'm going to tell you this right here. Don't even bring up anything sexual at all. Don't bring up nothing at all sexual. Nothing. Not one thing. None. Just sit back and talk about everything else. And then when she is ready to talk about it, let her bring it up. That is one of the best things that you can do. Not talk about sex, not be sexual at all until she brings it up. Now, when she brings it up, that lets you know that she's thinking about you in that way, because a woman doesn't talk about sex to somebody she's not interested in having sex with. You didn't hear that from me, though. Hey, Aaliyah. All right, so gave you some tips, fellas, for dating. I want you to take them serious, because not doing those things or doing some of those things could cause you to have a really short dating time frame with a woman that could have been interested in you. Okay, now this next topic, this is something that I had a really good conversation about, and I promised that when I presented it, I would protect the innocent and change the names. A young lady reached out to me. She's been married over 20 years now, and she asked what she could do to spice up her sex life with her husband. Okay, here we go. Now, ladies, if you've been married, over a year, if you've been in a relationship over 6 months, you know that, of course, if you're not careful, the physical part can become stale. Hey, Andrea, listen, everybody has to play their part when it comes to the physical. Now, ladies, if you want your man to do more in the bedroom, the first rule of thumb that you have to remember is you are going to have to do more work. Sorry to break it out this way to you, but here's exactly what I mean. You are going to have to unleash that love muscle that allows you to be so seductive, so persuasive that men just go crazy over you. This is something that women are born with, something women just have to cultivate and continue to strengthen. You have to exercise this muscle just like everybody exercises other muscles. Your ability to be seductive is one of your most powerful tools. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying this is the only thing that women are good for, or this is the only thing that makes a woman a woman. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that, ladies, when you want to be persuasive, you can be. So here's my recommendation. If you want to spice things up, first of all, talk about it over dinner, a good dinner. You want to let your husband know that you're thinking about things, and quite honestly, you may have to employ some Jedi mind tricks. You may have to do some things that makes him think it's his idea. You're planting a seed. If you want lingerie, and your fear is if I show up with new lingerie, he's going to question where it came from. Why did I buy it? You show him pictures of things that you think that he would like to see you in. He's going to go buy it. Once he buys it, then you're good. If you want to bring other things into the relationship, and I mean things like, toys or different places and stuff like that, you really have to be in tune with your man, because frankly, some men get intimidated by it. Some men think, well, what you need this for when you got all of this? I mean, so you have to know your husband, and you have to know after 20-something years, you know what he's thinking. So I would recommend starting slow, but you are going to have to do the work. Now, going back to being seductive. Ladies, sometimes now you kind of get lazy on us. Yep, just like y'all say we get lazy and we don't do the things we did in the beginning. Women, sometimes you fall victim to that same thing. So when I say that you need to seduce your husband, that's what I mean. I mean, you have to pull out some things you may not have done in, 20-something years. You may have to have a different type of approach, or you may have to purr a little bit, or be a little more complimentary of him. Whatever it takes to bring out that side of him, as in you let him be lazy. I'm saying that if you want more out of your sex life with your relationship with your husband, you are going to have to do the work in initiating it. All right. I wish you nothing but luck. 20-something years is a blessing in a marriage and a relationship. And I believe that, you two can spice it up, and hey, videos, they don't hurt. Hey, Erica. Okay. Now, I got a lot of questions related to trust. I mean, wow, trust is a big, big thing. And I wanted to talk about trust after betrayal. I had one question that really jumped out at me, and the question was, how do you get beyond being betrayed by your lover? That is really, really, really serious. Now, I'm going to tell you the first thing. You have to want to. If you don't want to get over it, if you are so betrayed by it that your feelings are so hurt and it's beyond repair because you are just done, then you need to move on. I'm sorry. You know, there's a point where you have to be willing to let it go. And if you are not willing to let it go and forgive, you're wasting your time and your lover's time. It is what it is. Hey, Niche. Hey, Chantel. So listen, if you are not willing to forgive, don't waste your time, period. But if you are willing to forgive, I'm going to give you some reasons where you may want to make the effort. Hey, Rhoda, I appreciate the support. Hey, Pammy, listen. Here's some reasons why, let me rephrase it. Here's some reasons why you may want to leave if this person is not truly sorry. They may not be worth forgiving and staying in the relationship. You want to still forgive them so you can move on, but you may not want to stay in the relationship with someone who is not truly sorry for what they did. If they're not willing to do the work to repair the damage that they've done, in my opinion, they may not be worth it. It is what it is. If this person has done this more than once, you've already forgiven them one time, now they're pushing the issue, this may be someone that you may not want to forgive and stay in a relationship with. Again, you will forgive them so that you can move forward, but forgiving them and staying in the relationship, they've done it once, you forgave, and they did it again? No, now they're taking you for granted. Okay, another reason why. If they have not had enough respect for you to leave your friends alone or make passes at relatives and things like that, if they've done that, they've crossed those lines, this might be someone that you may not want to stay with. Now, when I say friend, I don't mean a friend from 40 years ago that you hadn't seen in 40 years. I mean a good friend that they know is in your circle, your current circle. If your man or your woman has made a pass at them, has entertained them making passes at your man or your woman, this might be someone that you may be better off without instead of having this person in your life. Hey, Candy, thanks for watching. Listen, hey, Veronica, another reason, and this is the last one before I talk about why you may want to forgive. If this is someone that's being secretive after they've committed the offense, they're still, shady. They're not trying to be transparent. They're not trying to make up for stuff that they've done. Again, this might not be somebody worth investing more energy into. Hey, Tanya. So listen, those are reasons why I say don't stay in the relationship. Forgive and move forward, but don't forgive and stay in the relationship. Now, these are reasons why you may want to forgive someone and they say, and you may want to stay in the relationship with them. If this is someone who says, listen, I'm sorry, and they do the work to try to repair the mistake. And I mean work by saying, yes, let's go to counseling and work on this. You know what? I will completely divorce that circle of friends that got me in that type of trouble. If they say, listen, I'm human. I made a mistake. But here's what I'm going to do to straighten it out. If that person is investing in repairing the damage, that's somebody you may want to forgive and stay in the relationship with. Hey, Donna. Hey, Nora. Hey, Cynthia. If this person says to you, listen, I made this mistake. Here's why I made the mistake. And it's not related to any type of alcohol or drugs. They're not trying to make an excuse because they were high or drunk or anything like that. They're not doing that. That might be somebody that is clear-minded, and they may be thinking, listen, okay, I made a mistake, but I care about you, I love you, and I want you to forgive me. You might want to forgive that person. Now, when I say forgiveness, I don't mean the next day. I mean, this is someone that you might, want to work with to let go of that pain and move forward. Hey, Gigi. Hey, OD. So listen, another reason, this is serious right here to me. If you have someone who says, okay, I made a mistake, and they bring it to you, you don't find out, but they recognize they made a mistake. They come to you and they confess. That might be someone that you may want to forgive and move forward with. Because you didn't find out. They volunteered it, and they're volunteering it because they recognize the mistake that they made. They don't want to jeopardize what they have with you. They see enough value in the relationship to try to atone from it, and they want to repair the damage. Here's the main thing. This is a rule you can use. If this person is actually trying and doing the work, if they're doing the work to make up for the damage, then that's someone you may want to forgive and stay in a relationship with. If they're not doing the work, if they're going about it halfway, if they're lazy, or if they're still secretive or anything like that, then yeah, that might be someone that you might want to forgive and let go of. Hey, Peggy. Hey, Eurice. And the reason that I say that is you forgive everybody. You don't walk around with the pain. You don't keep carrying the pain. You don't do that. You let go of that so that you can move forward. But what you don't do is you don't do something foolish. Don't be foolish by saying, listen, I'm going to keep setting myself up for hurt and pain with someone that clearly doesn't have enough respect for me to just go and do right by me. No, you don't do that. Because after something is broken, let's say a bone, you break a bone, when it heals, it's stronger. If you're in a relationship with someone and there's some type of hurt or some type of betrayal of trust, and that person does the work, your relationship can actually be stronger after the betrayal because you've been through something. Going through something makes the good times better. But you have to be able to forgive. One of my Facebook friends today posted on her wall that she had been carrying around some pain for quite some time, since high school is the way she described it. And the person that betrayed her trust made his way to ask her for forgiveness. She didn't want to talk to him. She didn't want to hear from him. But she finally listened and talked to that man and let that man apologize. And he apologized sincerely and profusely. And that allowed her to forgive him and let go of that pain. And now she's beginning her healing process, something she's denied herself so long. Maybe it was subconscious. Maybe she was just trying to get along as best she could with defense mechanisms. But you know what? Not anymore. Because she was able to forgive the person who betrayed her. The more you carry around pain, the more of your blessings you block. It is what it is. Hey, Brittany, you cannot walk around with pain inside your heart and expect your heart to pump nothing but love, because you're carrying around pain, and that pain will poison any relationship you have. It is what it is. So those are the things that I want to share with you. I really, really appreciate you guys tuning in, first of all. What I would ask, again, is a favor, two favors. If you have a topic or something like that you would like for me to discuss, send me an inbox. I'd love to talk about it. I won't share your name unless you want me to. If there's something you'd like to see, just let me know, and I'll do my very best to put it on the air. Hey, Tab, and the last thing that I'll ask is that you follow my page, Jeffrey L. Miller, motivational speaker and Brownite. What does it say? It's Jeffrey L. Miller. Where is it? Jeffrey L. Miller, motivator and speaker. So please follow that page. I got plenty more content. Oh, I had one more request. Someone who's heard me on the radio before, they said that I'm not as controversial on these videos as I am on the radio. Hey, Crystal. That's true. On the radio, I get pretty, I get pretty crazy, not crazy, but pretty blunt on the radio. Depending upon what topics I pick next week, I might give you a little taste of that. But again, I need everybody to understand something. I'm not this bitter guy. I'm not a mean person. I'm not sitting here looking for reasons to fuss at women and down brothers and stuff like that. That's not what I'm about. What I'm about is us talking to each other, because it doesn't matter how much progress the black woman makes, how much progress the black men make. There is no progress for our community until we progress together as men and women, as a couple. Until we do that, we are going to have an uphill battle. But as soon as we get our act together and we start talking to each other instead of fussing at each other, as soon as we start loving on each other instead of hating on each other, as soon as we start promoting each other instead of downplaying each other, the world is going to really, really be worried. Because when we get our act together, we move mountains. We influence the world. And so I'm looking forward to being a part of that movement. Hey, B, Brother Jeremiah, how you doing? Marcia, or is it Marcia? Hey, how are you? Brother Danny, how's it going? So that's it, man. You know, I don't have anything else other than, oh, I do have one more thing I wanted to add. I'm sorry. I was talking on the radio show earlier about Michelle and Barack Obama. Now, there's one point that I just want to stress to the ladies. And ladies, I love y'all. I need y'all to understand. I love y'all. Ladies, you cannot expect a Barack if you're not willing to struggle with Barry. And fellas, we can't be Barack without going through that valley moment just being Barry. Here's what I mean. Michelle got to see Barack at his weakest moments, at his lowest moments, when things were tough. But she also saw somebody who was determined. Barack got to see Michelle standing by him when he didn't win his first election. After he won his election, when he couldn't get the community organized, when his first event was a failure, she was still standing by him. She got to reap the benefits of that, and he's uplifting her. This is something that we find in our relationships through reciprocity. Ladies, when you stand by a man who has the right type of drive, I don't mean some type of guy trying to bring you down or to jump on your back or to use you as a stepping stone, but I mean a man that has the right type of drive to accomplish something. When you pour into that man, when you support that man, when you give that man that extra balance that he needs, that extra enthusiasm that he needs, he is not just working for his own success, he's working for the success of the relationship because he wants to make you proud. You think Barack Obama didn't want to make his wife proud? You think he didn't imagine, how can I repay this woman for standing by me like that? Yes, he did. You think Michelle wasn't there, brothers? You think Michelle wasn't sitting there thinking, I see what he can do. I know what he can do. And I'm breathing life into him because this is my investment in my man. I know it's going to give me dividends. I know it will. That did not come overnight. But they are where they are right now because of each other. That's what we need right there. If there's no other lesson that they've taught us over the last 8 years, is that both of them being successful is tied to each other. Not Barack thinking about his campaign, not Michelle thinking about him not being home or whatever, but them focusing on each other, the relationship, and the ultimate goal. And look where that strong woman's support took him. And look where that man's drive took her. In combination with each other, we are unstoppable. Okay, so I'm gonna end it right there because I'm just really starting to feel some type of way over here. I just wanted you all to understand something. Hey Lee, is it Vidrine? I hope I'm pronouncing it right. If I'm not, forgive me. Hey Kendall, I just want you all to understand that this is serious. We're going to have to make some sacrifices to get each other together, and we're going to move forward. I believe in you. I hope you believe in me, and we're going to do it. All right, so that's all I got for tonight. Now, next week's going to be a little more off the chain because somebody asked me to be a little more controversial. I can do it, and I'm still going to be positive about it. This is not about putting anybody down. It's just about talking to each other because we need each other. Let's move forward. Yeah, let's move forward, Lee. Kendall, thanks for watching. All right, I'll see you guys, fellas and ladies. See you all next week. Looking forward to it. Have a good night. Relationship Thursdays. Don't forget to follow me, Jeffrey L. Miller, motivator and speaker, right here on Facebook. Good night.